Hi guys, and welcome back to a new sketchbook tour. I actually finished this one 2 weeks ago, but then I went on vacation and the recording I made before I left home, I didn't really like it as much as I remember, so new one now. On the front, a bunch of stickers of Baru from Blue Lock, also Baru and Tsantetsu over here, my little plushies. All these stickers are just manga screenshots, stickers I made myself, and these two of the plushie I have, and this one. And this one in the middle is by Niansu on Redbubble. I have all of her sticker designs and also a few of her the keychains, the charms. Anyways, there's no stickers on the back this time, but on here I think all of them are from Amazon and Stationery Pal, right? Inside of here are just to-do lists, nothing important except this Junichi, very, very important little guy. So if you're new on my channel, just be warned, there's a lot of Blue Lock fan art in here, but also OC art. If you don't know Blue Lock, it's a soccer manga and anime, and yeah, that's kind of all you need to know, to be honest. I don't think I'll talk much about the plot in here or the plot at all, just characters I like and stuff. And yeah, anyways, here's me, my persona. Basics about me: I go by Mao, Mobu, and Melo, pronouns they, she. I'm a graphic design student, but currently on a summer break, which is ending in a week, at least at the time of recording this video. I already know, knowing myself, that I am going to take at least 1 week until I'm going to edit and upload this video, like I always do. But whatever. I'm an artist and a writer on I'm a writer on Tumblr for Blue Lock, and still in the Blue Lock brain rot, but also Awashi, but the Awashi brain rot did not affect the sketchbook at all, or just maybe one page. But anyways, I started it on the 7th July, which was my 19th birthday, and finished it on the 19th of August, which is like 2 weeks ago. Here are my Blobos, Raichi, Junichi, Tsantetsu, and Togemitsu, all from Blue Lock. I have queer platonic self-ships with them. I'm just going to say this just in case. I'm a lesbian, but queer platonic love is like above platonic, but not romantic, just a thing on its own. And like I have self-ships in that way with these characters because I love them very, very much. Then this page is a commission I got from Drawing Like a Sir. You might know him maybe from his YouTube channel or any other social media. I was at an anime convention where he was as well, and so I got this commission. It's actually the third one I got from him. One is on a single piece of paper, which I got last year at the same convention, and I have another one in another sketchbook, which I got in November at Comic-Con. And so I got this one. I just have to use the other sketchbook where I got a commission at Comic-Con at some point, but wanted to use this one first because Baru is my comfort character. I love him very, very much. Here we have my Blue Lock OC, Takumi. If you've seen my last few sketchbook tours, I used to refer to him as Tsuyosa all the time because that's his last name, and you know, in Japan they often address each other with their last name, and they do that in Blue Lock with pretty much every character. There's just a few characters who are addressed with their first name. So yeah, but back in April I made a twin brother for Takumi, and to avoid confusion when I talk about him with anyone who's like not in real life, my friends, I call him Takumi instead of Tsuyosa, just to avoid the confusion. Then here we have my persona. You're gonna see I've drawn her a lot in the sketchbook because it's just, I really like the design, it's fun, and yeah. And here we have Takumi again. I think I drew his twin brother once in the sketchbook. This is something one of my friends drew, a horse. Then Jake and Dynamite. As always with my sketchbook tour, I'm not going to point out this is my OC all the time. I'll probably just do this with Blue Lock characters for the sake of credits. But yeah, if I don't say anything with my OC, every character, just assume it's my OC. Takumi and Shido from Blue Lock. One of my friends drew this. I just gave him my sketchbook and said, hey, draw gay porn. It's not gay porn, obviously, it's just them kissing or making out. But still, it's something I can do with my friends. I can just give him, like that one friend, I can just give him a sketchbook and say, hey, draw gay porn. Like one time he also gave me his sketchbook and said, hey, draw horny shit. So anyways, here are some swatches of one of my watercolor palettes that I made at least a year ago but barely used. And here is, I actually just put this sheet of tracing paper in here, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, when I already tried to record the sketchbook tour but didn't end up liking the recording. So yeah, anyways, Ego from Blue Lock again, love him very much, and I also really like this drawing. I think it's one of my favorites in this entire sketchbook. And here's my persona again. I think a lot of these sketches like here were made in school and then I finished them at home. This was also around the time when the school year was ending, which was really good because I was like burned out and not mentally well in the end of the school year, and then I spent a lot of time with awful mental health in the first 2 weeks of my summer break. But it's better now, especially that I was on vacation. I was in Italy, by the way, which was really nice. Speaking of Italy, these 3 OCs are actually Italian. What a transition. Anyways, Milan, Milo, and Memphis. Here are the wings. Because Milan and Memphis were first, and they're twins, they have the same shape of wing. And Milo has the same one, just with another one of these indents. How am I gonna call it? I'm supposed to call them, but you know, like these fingers. Milo, again, there's also a bunch of art of him in here because I love this guy very much. For this drawing, I did watercolors first, and then I went over it with colored pencils. And also, fun fact, I scanned this drawing with my printer and then I edited it on Photoshop because like my printer, if I scan stuff, it makes the colors pretty different, so I adjusted them so I could post this drawing. And I called the file very lovingly, Milo has lactose intolerance. He doesn't actually have lactose intolerance, but I have lactose intolerance and I make jokes about lactose intolerance a lot. Raichi and me, some Crippletonic self-ship art. There's actually, like, there are a couple self-ship drawings in here, I think. Raichi again. I can't push that. No. Okay, Raichi again. I think at this point a lot of the sketches were made when I was at my cousin's place for her birthday, which was like a week after mine. Fun fact, she turned 12. She is taller than me. I am small. My friends call me maoscopic sometimes. And that was a really loud motorcycle outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but anyways. Yeah, Takumi again. My baby. Milo again. Nobody surprised. Something I don't like about this drawing is that I didn't use a transition color for the blending. I just used like the same color for shading on all parts of the drawing. But yeah, next time if I do something like this, I'm going to use at least another transition color. Milo again. Wow, it's not Milo. But I think anyways, here I did watercolors first again, then colored pencils, but this time I used cheaper colored pencils. Like I think I used some I bought in Italy last year, and Faber-Castell Black Edition. On the few pages before, I always used like Prismacolors and those Nunsex with his really big wings. Then we have Jake and Dynamite and Baru from Blue Lock, my little guy. The best baby girl to ever exist. Yeah, these two have a bit in common, or like a bunch. So as you can see, the king, like Baru calls himself the king, and Dynamite, I don't know how to explain this, but just take my word for it. Anyways, they both have red strands. They're both baby girl and male wife. Both are aggressive. They have red eyes, and red is a character color. Fun fact, when I was like, I don't know, I think I drew until here or a couple pages later in the sketchbook, and I showed it to my mom and her boyfriend. My mom doesn't know English, so she couldn't read this, but her boyfriend does, and he, on this particular page, he stopped to read everything, and I just sat there, was like, huh. Whoops. He didn't ask about it, but then I was like, I wrote baby girl and male wife there. he doesn't know what these words mean. But so that was funny. Anyways, here's my friend Chester's OC Dan. I think this is Dan. I'm bad at remembering names. It's been like almost 2 months since he told me that name, but I'm very sure this is Dan. And Amogus, drawn by my friend Claire. And here's my OC Noctis. No, his name is Noxus. I'm getting ready to cut Dan open because he's just silly like that. This is something for Personal Art Fight. This was a revenge. I only did 2 revenges on Art Fight this year. I wanted to make more drawings, but Art Fight is in July, and in July, like mid-July, the grading at my school ends, so there was still stuff to be finished, and then I was burnt out. I didn't really feel like drawing, especially not stuff for other people. If I wanted to draw, I wanted to do it for myself. So I only did revenges for those 2 people who drew something for me because I at least wanted to do that. And even this one, this took me like 3 or 4 weeks to finish. But I did finish it before Art Fight ended. So here's Junichi from Blue Lock again. Love him very much. I wish there were plushies of him, but I don't think there are, so yeah. Anyways, my persona. Then here's Yuma from Awashi. For once, fan art that's not Blue Lock. Wow, but Awashi is another soccer manga, so yeah, I finally caught up with reading it, by the way. So back in January, when I read Blue Lock, I read the entire thing, almost 200 or like a little more than 200 chapters in the span of 4 days. Awashi has currently 343 chapters, I think, and it took me 6.5 months to read this much because, you know, the Blue Lock brand was just stronger and I always read Awashi in between. But like the last, like around a week ago, or 1.5 weeks ago, I finished it, like the first week in Italy, and I think I read like 140, 130 chapters in the span of 2 weeks, or like at least since summer holiday started. One day I actually read 40 chapters, which was a lot. But I highly recommend Awashi, by the way. I know it's a lot to read, but if you're looking for something long, then oh my god, I absolutely love Awashi. I love it as much as I love Blue Lock, just for different reasons, but it's so good. And if you don't want to read it, watch the anime on Crunchyroll. It's so good, I swear. Ashido is so cute, like the main character. Anyways, back to Blue Lock. Lorenzo and Mayoshi Satoshi, they're dating. I love these 2 very much. I just have to think more about their relationship and the dynamic and make some more headcanons. I have a few, but I want some more for these 2 and want to think about them more. Then we have Takumi again. Just some doodles. Something you're gonna see a lot in the sketchbook is me drawing with things that cannot be erased, and then going with like one of these pens over it or any other thing for line art, because I wanted to practice my sketching without erasing and also my line work. So that's something. Also Maochira from Blue Lock. Just a little bend. Nothing important. Then Takumi again. I love drawing him. Then here we have Kunigami from Blue Lock. Really like this drawing, except maybe the colors, but like the colors of the background, but it's nothing big. Still really like this. Then here we have Shido from Blue Lock with a little Takumi plushie. So cute. Something about the sketchbook, like the earlier pages with colored pencils were really nice, but this page I don't really like. I don't know if it's just me and not being good at coloring with colored pencils, but I think for me personally, the paper is just a little too smooth to color comfortably if I don't put like watercolors under it, or like if it's cheaper, you know, not those high quality artist color pencils like Prismacolor or Caran d'Ache Luminance, you know those. So yeah, so this looks kind of patchy, but I don't mind. Then here we have Jake, my baby. Really like this page. I just like the colors, and yeah. Then here's Mariah, who is Jake's sister. I colored this with those, what are they called, the Crayola super tips, I think that's what they're called. here I drew something here then and failed, and I was like, oh, never mind, I'm just gonna glue something over it. Like, I don't really mind if I fail something in a sketchbook. It still upsets me, but it's not like I'm beating I know a lot of people beat themselves up over it, but I don't, because I know other people might tear it out or like tear the page out, but what I recommend is just gluing something over it, because I don't know, it's just what I personally prefer. If you want to tear the page out, sure, do that, but I think it's too much of elimination of your mistake. How do I say this? Like, I don't like it when people throw their art away, even if it's bad. Like, one time my friend tore out one of his pages in the sketchbook, and I was like, you give it to me now, and now I own this drawing because I just didn't want it to go into the trash. But yeah, I hope you get my point. But anyways, we like this drawing. Here I found out there is an action near where I live, like still far away, 1 hour by bus and train, but it is somewhat near me. And they have really cheap art supplies. Like, they have all sorts of things, and they mostly resell things that other stores didn't sell, but they have their own brand of art supplies, and it's so fucking good despite how cheap it is. So I was really happy to find out they're near me. I already had art supplies from that store when I was in other parts of Germany, but it's really nice to know there's one near me as well. I actually drove by one in Italy, but my mom's boyfriend didn't want to. I didn't explicitly ask to go. They just drove by and was like, hey, there's an action, could we go there? And then we didn't, because I don't think they thought the request was serious. And also my mom's boyfriend said, yeah, they only sell trash, like cheap trash, and I was like, no, they have good art supplies, and he didn't care, so we drove back to our vacation home. Anyways, Dynamite and my persona, because he's her dad. Then here's me and Chester, because it was his birthday, so I drew something for him. Also, fun fact, Chester has the same birthday as maochira from Blue Lock, who I kin, so that's fun. Noctis, my OC. I think on an earlier page I called, I was torn between if his name is Noxus or Noctis, and then I called him Noxus. His name is Noctis, now we know again. I don't draw him often, I forgot his name is Noctis. Anyways, Milo again. I feel like every time I draw him, he turns more into, oh, my hamster's up. Anyways, I just heard him make some noises. I feel like every time I draw Milo, his color palette, not just color palette, his clothes become more soft boyish, especially on a later page in the sketchbook, but I want to draw him with edgier clothes again. Then here's Jake with watercolors. I don't know if I like or dislike watercolors in a sketchbook, it's always different, but I like this page. I then went over it with an ink dip pen, I think. Could have even been a glass pen, I don't remember. Anyways, my persona. Here was also when I started using references from Pinterest every now and then. This was one. This was also one, and guys, I love this drawing so much. It's queer platonic self-strip art of me and Tokimitsu from Blue Lock, and I just love this, love the stickers and everything. And then here's more queer platonic self-strip art with Sandetsu this time. Also something I saw on Pinterest. Then here I took requests on Tumblr. Usually I only do writing requests, but every now and then I post, hey, I'm currently doing art requests, send me some. And yeah, someone requested Ness having his, like getting headpacks from Kaiser. And then Ness and Bachmann, I'm very delusional about them. They have not once interacted. Bachmann is a very unimportant character, so unimportant that he unimportant, that's the word, sorry, so unimportant that he doesn't even have a canon first name. Well, I still ship them. I am very delusional about them, but other people also like them and the headcanons I make for them, so I won with this. Here I got the Faber-Castell Black Edition 100 set. I just didn't swatch all of them because then I got them mixed up with the order, and I was like, never mind, I'm not doing this again. So I maybe switched like half of them. I actually didn't want, oh no, I originally didn't plan to buy the 100 set yet, because I have the 36 set and the pastel and neon set, so I have like 48 of them, and then also I got the 12 set as a present ones, which means I have a bunch of them. But then I saw the like 100 set was on discount on Amazon for 15 euros less, and usually they cost like 55, so it was 30, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm getting this set now, because I don't know if I'm ever gonna come across it with this price again. And here I made a little doodle on separate paper. And also this paper is the, oh fuck, what's it called? Paint on multimedia paper from Clairefontaine, and I got like 3 pads of it because it was on discount as well. Like a set with 3 ones. Usually one of them is 10 euros, but I got them for like, usually I would have paid 30 euros, but it was on discount for 20 euros. And then I also got another Amazon 5 euro discount, which means I paid 15 euros for those 2, which was pretty nice. This is sorry, I forgot the word for a moment. It's an art trade with one of my friends. Then here's my persona. Then, oh yeah, my mental health was very bad during the first weeks of summer break because the weather was very shit, but it's better now, so that's good. You know, I struggle with mental health, especially the realization, but it's getting better, I guess. Diana and Elvin. Don't really like how empty this page is. Could have added some stickers. My persona, this was once again one of those cannot erase things to practice. Jake, my baby boy. This is Zoe, my OC, and this is Ceylon. Like for these couple pages, for a few pages, I have a list with all of my OCs on Google Docs, and then I pulled up the random number generator on Google, and whatever number came out, I drew that OC. Then Milo, I made his hair way too fluffy. That's why he looks so different. Wait, let me get a drawing of him from earlier. Like, he looks like a very different character in general, to be honest. So I'm going to have to practice to draw Milo as his usual self again. My persona, then Smiley, the baby boy. And something I did here, like for these 2 pages and definitely some other pages later, was to first, with a Crayola super tip, draw the entire shape. Like, first I did a circle, and then I drew the shape of the hair and everything, and like coloring everything in general, like blocking out the shapes, I mean. And then I used a pen to do the outline. It was a fun practice. I recommend you to try it if you want to, because it helped with like seeing art like more as shapes instead of lines, which can be really useful, especially if you want to draw in perspective, which is something I definitely have to practice. Then here's just me and some rambles, because I really Jake and me rambling, because I wanted to finish the sketchbook before I left to go to Italy, because I wanted to start a new one day, which I did. I finished this exactly 1 day before I went to Italy. Then here's Amor, again, random number generator for Rosie's for a couple pages. Lysander, Zofia, I haven't drawn him in a very long time. I also want to redesign him a little, like his color. I like the design itself, I just have to draw him with colors again. Oh, I forgot to mention a couple pages ago with my self-ship art. I dyed my hair again. By now it was. Can I show you guys? Like, I have pigtails right now, that's why I can show you like this. It's very silver by now, and blonde in some parts, and the pink has become like a very strawberry blonde by now. Because, you know, I was on vacation, I was swimming a lot, so color went out, obviously. But I'm going to dye it again in a couple days. I dyed it this purple because it's like Ness from Blue Lock, and I kin him and I love him very, very much. I'm very protective over him, by the way. Yeah, so I wanted to dye my hair the same purple as him. He has like brown on top, but I wanted to do pink because I always add some pink. I used to dye my hair completely pink, but by now I just do at least one part. Oh yeah, more self-shape art, Junichi and me. Junichi is such an underrated character. I mean, he only did something for, I don't know, one match in the very beginning of the manga and anime, but I still love him very much. He just doesn't have many fans. I do know someone on Twitter or X, which I follow, so seeing a fan art of him and his brother Kaisuke there is very nice, but then I go on Tumblr and suddenly I'm the only Vanima brother liker. Anyways, Raichi, Blue Lock again. Then my persona, more of my persona, and here we have Jake and Milan. Another post from Pinterest. I think the one with Junichi and me were also a Pinterest post. This one definitely as well. While I was on vacation, I didn't draw much, so yeah, but I want to do this drawing with Pinterest poses more again to have more different poses in my head. Another Pinterest post, Lorenzo from Blue Lock. I love him so much. He's very silly, and I love this guy. I don't really like this page, but sketchbook art doesn't matter. And Dynamite. Then here's Isagi from Blue Lock. I think this is also Isagi. I don't draw him very often. He's the main character. I don't care that much for him, but I kind of wish I would, because when I read Aowashi, I realized liking the main character, or like loving the main character, is so important for me. But I just don't love Isagi as much as I like Ashito, which is totally fine. I can't force myself to like or love a character. But the next time I'm rereading Blue Lock, I'm definitely trying to give Isagi a bit more appreciation than I did before. But anyways, if you like Blue Lock, read Aowashi. I'm actually, just in general, if you like soccer mangas or sports mangas, read Aowashi. It's really good. I like the current arc that just started. Really looking forward to it. Honestly, I'm sorry for so much rambling, but if I ever compare Blue Lock and Aowashi, which I do a lot in my head, it's not to like look which one is better, because I love both of them equally for different reasons, and I'm trying to find those different reasons to figure out what I like about Aowashi and what I like about Blue Lock. And that's why, like I say, if you like Blue Lock, read Aowashi, not to see if one of them is better, or that I'm saying one of them is better or worse. I really like both of them, so yeah. Anyways, I have a lot of thoughts about Aowashi and Blue Lock, as you can see. I could ramble about it forever. Anyways, on this page I use a Sharpie. Guys, are Sharpies always this stinky? Why was this one so stinky? Is it because I've had it for 3 years? But anyways, Jake. Casimiro, I haven't drawn him in a while, but the number generator told me. So I drew him, and I think I should draw him more often again. So yeah, my persona. Once again, nobody's surprised. Milo. As you can see, this is the please let the sketchbook end phase. Oh, we're actually at the end of the sketchbook. But yeah, here's just my persona being bye-bye. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching the sketchbook tour. My current one is a lot shorter. I have like 1/3 of it almost done. I just have the color drawings, but I might finish that very soon as well. And also school is starting again, so we'll see if last year I still finished sketchbooks at an insane speed, especially in the beginning of the school year, so I don't think there will be any less videos for me just because school is starting again, because I draw also in school. And yeah, that is kind of all I have to say. I hope you guys had a good summer, or whatever I'm supposed to say at this point. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.